Update. I think we're kind of rolling over here. Um, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these two areas right here going into next week. And this is what I've got drawn out right here, what I think will happen. Now, this forecast can change. This is just a rough estimate where I think the market's going. But when we start to come down in this area here, uh, I'll be reevaluating and updating y'all, and as it goes on. Now, obviously, I'd like to, whenever we start to break out here, which a couple of the indicators are showing that this cycle's done. I believe we're going to come down through here, and that'll put us in this area. And I'll be looking for a three wave correction in these areas, and would want to see a strong reaction, and then be looking to get in on the pullback right here. But the way that I use the RSI to be able to count the waves is you see the 1, 2, but 3 is always the strongest. So on the RSI, I'm on the 1 hour too. It's easier to break down. I like breaking down waves on the 1 hour because uh, doing it on your easy. It's easier to calculate the movements, and the structure always looks better. But on the daily, we could be in a 1, 2 setup, and then on the hourly, we're in a 5 wave. So waves kind of go into each other on each time frame, just like a whole daily cycle, like a 1 through 5 would be a 1, 2 on a weekly, if that makes sense. So it's kind of why I like using wave analysis, and it has a lot of similarities to a lot of other different strategies that are in the market. I find this in more with the fib tool. I find it more accurate, and it helps me decide what direction I think things are going to go. All right, so yeah, with 3, you'll see this right here will peak out, and then 5 always loses momentum like that. So I know that we're rolling over, and then lining up with Friday. My targets wasn't hit on the up move here, but I mean ultimately I think we'll be going higher. I was aiming for here. I think we might cool off a little bit, and then start to go back up here. Which I think if we have another uh, correction here, I think it'll be a bigger target than this. I mean, we'll be going for the highs, I believe. So I don't want to get too bearish yet. Valuations are high. We do have risk with a few of the China open source models, and I think this can affect the valuations of our companies. But these things don't matter until the news makes it matter by speaking about it, by pushing the narrative. And right now, the narrative's not being pushed. Uh, the only thing with the U.S. is we've put so much money in build out and data center and capex, but now they're finding in China that they're open sourcing their AI, and they're able to with this they're able to make the best model and then consolidate that model. And this method doesn't cost as much money. But the thing is, in the United States, we've all these companies have put all their eggs in one basket pretty much. And there's just so much money out there into the build out. Now I don't know if this will matter in the short term, but in the long term, this is a pretty big risk to the market. Okay, well, off on that, this is what I'm looking at. I mean, we could possibly trade up in here, but I do know this is a 3, and we're in a 5 now, and we've even got 5 waves in the 5, which normally happens. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're either in the extended 4, or this was the 5 and it's over, or we may come back up. There's a possibility. But with the market closed now at 4, I think we'll probably break down tomorrow. And then, yeah, I also told y'all that I'm going to do I'm going to go over the strategies that I use, especially when things are like this. I do get in and out, and I think I was up nine. I had a 90% win rate, which is pretty remarkable in the sense. But I did have one bad trade, and that bad trade almost took all my profits. I think I'm up 7 or 8% on my trades this month. But that one trade where I didn't manage risk, I was at work and I let a trade run. I let a trade go, and then by the time I got back on break, uh, I was down quite a bit. And so that is the thing about being in and out, whether you're scalping or swing trading, which I find that I like to do swing trading personally, but sometimes, like if I go on break at work, I'll hit a quick scalp if everything lines up right, and then I'll be out by the time break's over. But the thing with going in and out of the market, there's a lot of risk, and you got to cut your losers quick. And I'm pandering off here, but I want to try to go over the strategies that use and what I look at when I'm initiating a quick either scalp or swing trade. Now, with that overall in mind, the main thing about anything with the market is always be invested for the long term. Be long term minded. If you own stuff, own it for the long term and hold on to it. That's what I do. I'm IBIT, QQQ, SPY, passively invest, and that is your main driver. And then you can pick a couple of alpha picks with blue tech or blue chip or things that you believe in. Um, and yeah, if that makes sense, I think I'm talking too much. So, but anyways, thank y'all for watching. This is kind of what I'm looking at. I'll update y'all tomorrow, and I'm going to go over more. I'm going to do more strategy videos. If y'all need anything from me, let me know.